The death of George Floyd due to police brutality has highlighted America's deep-rooted issue with race. The brutal act by the Minneapolis police officer has sparked protests worldwide demanding racial justice and reforms in police department. Black Lives Matter protests, which began in the US right after the death of Floyd, has spread to more than 50 countries globally. The protests were initially carried out to show solidarity with African Americans, but now it has ignited a movement for racial justice. In London, massive crowd of protesters gathered to stand in solidarity with George Floyd's family and several other African American community members who have faced discrimination. The demonstrators kneeled in silence, held aloft banners and shouted political slogans demanding equal rights for all. In northwestern England, in fact, scores of protesters came together near University of Manchester in support of Black Lives Matter movement. Demonstrators in Manchester were also seen kneeling in silence for 9 minutes, the same amount of time accused Derek Chauvin pinned his knee over George Floyd's neck. That eventually led to his death.
Let them know that this behavior is welcome. Black lives matter. 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 Black lives matter.
I'm going to leave that there, certainly for a while, to make the impact that we can no longer tolerate or condone the evils of the past, and we have today to change the world to ensure that all people are treated with dignity. Black Lives Matter has to be a slogan which continues.
Thousands of protesters gathered for a peaceful protest in Amsterdam's Nelson Mandela Park. People from different races, religions and countries staying in Amsterdam participated in large numbers and called for a strict law to combat police brutality. Expressing fear over continued racial discrimination, protesters raised their voice against the establishment and have demanded racial justice and equality.
We need a global move of pushing forward. I don't want my kids in 20 years' time not being able to speak up. I don't want my kids in 20 years' time being told you cannot have a leadership position because you are coming from an ethnic minority. I don't want my kids to apply for a job and based on their name, nobody consider them. This is not okay. I don't want to go to the streets and feel unsafe because I have had encounters with the police also here in Amsterdam that have made me feel not safe. So this is not only an American issue.